Hey, what's up, everyone? Good morning. It is Thursday, July 31st, last day of the month. And I am actually progressing on my 9 by 12 this time. I got an update. One of my first advertisers for my first card from last June reached out to me a couple months back. He wanted some more business cards. And I had realized at the time that I actually never charged him for the website that I built for him. And so we had a conversation about that. He's like, "Are you sure you didn't?" I'm like, "Oh, let me make sure. Let me look back." And sure enough, I never did, because we were really going back and forth with some revisions, and he wanted a couple of other additions on there. So I was like, "All right, once everything is good and done, I get the final thumbs up, and I'll invoice him." Just because that's how I have been in general with most things. And then I just never got around to it. Then I was like, "Oh, it's the new year. Okay, now it's like, spring." So I finally got him invoice for that. And then I didn't hear back from him for a little bit. And then I just like messaged him on Instagram. Then I messaged him on something else. Um, but when I had last talked to him, he was like, "Oh yeah, and whenever you do another card, man, just let me know. I want to be on it." And I was kind of surprised because last time I had heard, he was like, "Oh, I didn't get really much response from that, whatever." But I guess, he still likes to just work with me in general, and he wants to kind of put it out there again. So we finally connected yesterday. He sent me a message saying, "Hey, how's everything going with family and everything?" I was like, "Oh, everything's going great. Put together this new card for the end of next month." He's like, "All right, sounds good, man. Let me know how much I owe you to be on it." And I'm like, "Oh, by the way, I have like the invoice for the website." He's like, "Oh, I already paid that." And I go and look in my Stripe, and apparently he paid it yesterday. So good news all around. I got paid for the website that I built last year for the guy, and he's committing to be on this next card. So that's a good double whammy right there. And in other news, I got on the BNI schedule. I have a full day today of things aside from my 9 to 5 and everything else I got going on there. I have a one-to-one with one of the visitors from our BNI group that she does merchant processing, and have a cool little pitch for what they do, um, where they integrate like their different files. They have like a Clover system. They have like different POS systems, but they have a mechanism where you can just like have it set to like automatically charge the customer whatever like that processing fee would be. So usually like 3 to 4%. So you can tell the customers at point of checkout, like, "Hey, we charge like, 3 to 4% credit card processing fee, or if you pay in cash, then then this is the standard price." And so it's like all built into the POS system. So that's interesting because my family's a tropical fish farm. We do a lot of credit cards, so our credit card processing bill is usually pretty high every month. So that might be a good connection for that. One of the members that referred her to me said that like she's put out flyers before and things like that. So she'll probably be a good B2B person for a targeted mailer to like new businesses. So one of the things I'm also working with another person from BNI. We have a little group together, putting together a little Miami business podcast, and he does like cybersecurity for small businesses, and he has a mailer that he wants to put out at the end of August, like a solo mailer to like law firms and doctors' offices and stuff like that, to get his business out there. So as I build these connections, I could see putting together what Jake calls the M6, which is basically a like a 6 by 11 card where it has like just business to business advertisers on there, and it just goes to a targeted mailing list of either new businesses or a certain niche. And then you can, it's the same concept as the 9 by 12 where you get a bunch of advertisers to share the space, but then it would just be business to business. And so you can, work with fellow business owners and putting theirs out there. Then you can like have your own spot for putting together the mailing, because other businesses might want to do mailings too to local areas. Nothing doing for those is like adding on like local restaurants that might serve the area that we're going to be sending those to, so that like when the office manager at that office gets the card, they want to hold on to it for those coupons. Same concept as the 9x12, getting those easy action oriented stuff. So that's news on that end. For the rest of my 9x12, I am working with somebody in the community, in the school group. He goes by just KA. I don't know what his actual name is. Um, but he was messaging people in the school group about like getting them a list of prospects for a really cheap price. And so one of the members reached out to me, let me know, hey, this guy's just like kind of messaging people in the group. I don't know if that's like with your authorization or whatnot. And it wasn't. And at that point, I have a choice of how do I handle this kind of thing happening in the school group. And so I decided, I had already actually had a conversation with him before because his profile says that he's in Miami. So I'm like, hey, another Miami person, man. How's it going? Are you actually putting out any cards down here? He's like, oh, actually, I'm not in Miami. I'm a couple counties north of you. But school has a way of like, they migrate where it says you're from up to like 40 miles to protect anonymity. So it is quite possible he's not actually in Miami. It's just how his profile got set up. Um, but he's like, but I also have a whole painting contracting business that I'm doing. So I got a whole lot of different things going on. And he asked me like, oh, how do I like how do I handle prospecting and stuff like that? So I told him that I just like have uh this app called like Leads Gorilla that I bought for like a one-time fee years back, and I would just like use that to like pick a niche and stuff, but it's just slow and it takes forever. It has to connect to my Google profile and everything else like that. And that I want to build something, probably like with Apify and Apollo and scraping and all this thing, that kind of stuff. But then the conversation didn't really go anywhere from there. But then another member messaged me letting me know that, oh, hey, this person said that they can get a list of like 500 leads with like clean emails that are verified and everything else like that. And so I was like, hey, is this something you offer? He's like, oh, how did you hear about that? Uh, Kind of catch him off guard, catch him in the fact that he was messaging members behind my back. Um, but I have a choice. Do I just ban the guy, kick him out of the community, or do I see the fact that like, hey, this guy is offering a valuable service at a reasonable price? I'm gonna decide to instead just vet the guy. So I'm gonna have him give me a list of businesses from my area. So it'll be like 500 businesses, 25 in each of like 20 different categories. And I told him I'm just publicly, I'm, transparent on here too. I'm going to test out the list, try it out, see how it works. I've been in contact with my guy that's going to be doing some cold calling for me from Argentina, and he I told him like, hey, I'm going to be getting this list. He's like, oh, great, that has a bunch of different niches. We can probably sell some spots that aren't just those little tiny ads for the restaurants and stuff, because I think he thinks that's going to be kind of tougher to get the restaurants on the phone and stuff. So I told him that I should have that list coming. So he's like, all right, let me know when you got it. I'll be ready to call. And so I told KA that, I'll test out the list. And then, if it's good, gets the thumbs up, I'll talk about it publicly on here on YouTube. And I'll post about it in the school group and like kind of have it as a pinned post as a resource for anybody. Because I told him like, I mean, I don't love the fact that you're just like reaching out to people in the community without like prior authorization. That's not a good look. We're in this community all about like, tools and helping people, help themselves get started with this kind of thing. So if your service is valuable, if your service is legit, then I'd be happy to partner with you and like, promote this, because I don't have a tool currently built that does this. And as I've been looking into it, building like my own lead scraping tool with like Apify, scraping Apollo leads, and using like either N8N or Make.com or something like that. There's a lot of nuances in the scraping process, like especially with Apollo, which is like the best place to kind of get a leads list and like narrow it down from there. there's a lot of hoops to jump through in automating that, because if you use it like under my own account code, then there's like a hard limit that you hit like every 24 hours for it. So it's the person would have to like kind of input their own uh key code in order to like authorize their own polling data and stuff. So it got to be kind of a mess. I'd say that one's just kind of been on the back shelf for a little bit. And so I figure this guy's lead list is what he promises, and it's at that price. Then that's pretty fair, because I bought like a list of leads last year when I was doing the card. I got like, I don't know, I think I got like 5,000 leads for like 300 something dollars, maybe $400 on Fiverr. And it was a mess. It was so many different categories and subcategories and so much just detail and nuance in there that it just got too hard to manage, like narrowing in on like who exactly to call, when to call, all those kind of things. So so I like the idea of this. A nice, simple, clean list, cheap, easy for people to implement. So we'll see. When I get back, I'll review it. I'll talk more about it. I'll give them a, more of a public shout out. But in just, in terms of transparency and in the process, that's what I'm working on, to get a fresh list of leads for this card. I mean, I don't have that many spaces left to sell. Like I said before, this guy's going to be on there again. This guy's going to be on there again. This guy's going to be on there again. This guy's gonna be on there again. I'll probably, I don't know. I have this spot open to sell because I only got like maybe 1 or 2 scans of this one last time, and it's more of like a business to business offering, so it's probably not so relevant for the homeowners there. Then on the back here, we got this guy. He said he wants to go to Pinecrest again. Maybe he'll get a bigger one. And then this guy's repeating. And then this one here, depending on how big of a spot I have left for the fish farm, I could easily do a smaller ad space if so. Um, and then this one, he he paid me half of his ad for last card before, and he hasn't paid the second half yet, but I reached out to him. He's gonna settle up soon. But I didn't ask if he wants to be on this upcoming card again. But sounds like if he's dragging his feet so long and paying me, he doesn't necessarily uh, want to do it again. But I don't know. I also reached out to him because I gave him some of the review cards to get his business some more reviews, and I saw he hasn't really been using it. So I just wanted to kind of see if that's working for him, if he's still able to use it. Oh, and then I got this big space here. That's where I want to put all the coupons for local restaurants, and like, local deals, coupons, that kind of thing, action oriented. So that when they see it, they can flip around to the back and see uh, that that's there. So that's my progress I'm working on there. I'm going to be redesigning it a little bit. Instead of having the big banner in the middle, I'm going to put it up in the top and move some things around. So I'll, as I get closer to finishing that up, I'll do that. So if anything, as an example, uh, with this, the front of the card then would be full, full, full. This could be the security guy's ad, and then painting. So then the whole front of the card is already full. Then in the back, I got these two already full in the bottom if I do the big one for the fish farm again. And then it's just the top stripe up here. So, four spaces to fill in a couple weeks. I should be able to get that done. I'll probably start the calling next week. My buddy from Argentina, and see how that goes. See if he gets enough takers from there. Um, Last time, I mean, I only ended up selling like one of the spaces from all the cold calling that I did hire out. But I don't know. I'm feeling confident this time, even though it seems like everybody in the community is having a hard time selling these things right now. But I only have 4 spots to go, and even if I, don't sell them, I can give a bunch away to restaurants if they're really interested in it, and maybe feature some other things. I don't know. I'll have to think on what else I can do with those spaces. Otherwise, I also have that one BNI connection that I'll be having a one-to-one with. for that business to business side of things. Then at 12 o'clock on my lunch break, I'm being a visitor in another spot that's focused on, I think, Pinecrest. It's either Pinecrest or Palmetto Bay. But it's an online chapter, and so I will be joining them. I'll get to like kind of make my little 30-second commercial, meet a couple other people in there. I know there's a roofing company in there. There's a bunch of other like law. That's kind of like a mimic of my group. A lot of like real estate law, a lot of realtors, a lot of other uh, law practices, stuff like that. So could be a good connection. I figured it's one that aligns with my time frame of my day, so I could just easily go in there, meet these people, and make my pitch, make some connections, maybe have a couple one-to-ones in the community, talk about other mailings and stuff like that, and kind of go from there. So, so that's the deal. And then at 4 o'clock, I have another meeting with another one of my BNI uh, chapter members. He's a insurance agent, and so I have my auto insurance policy through work that I've seen like the prices be creeping up the last couple months. And so, the last like probably year or two. And so I sent him my policy. So we're going to be reviewing that and talking about business in general and see maybe he'll want to get a spot on one of the cards as well. Who knows? Um, but yeah, so I'm doing the networking, doing the thing, hiring things out. As I hear more about this lead list from KA, I'll let everybody know if it's a good deal, if it's legit. I'll have him post it up in the group and pinned in there, and then you connect with him. So I definitely want to make sure that it's all good to go first. You never know with somebody that's like kind of DMing people under the table, so to speak, what they're really like. But in all of our conversations, he seems nice enough. So, you know, I'll I'll give a little grace where I can and see, because it would be a benefit to the community because you can get a list of leads really cheap compared to doing it yourself, and somebody that already knows the 9x12 method. He's watched Jake for a long time. He's watched Mitch for a while. So he knows the business. He knows what's valuable. He knows like how to do all the scraping and do all that kind of stuff himself, so that he can get a good clean list and not just have it outsourced and all that. So we'll see. But that's about it for today. That's my update. But so yeah, more to come soon, and we'll take it from there. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy this little video, give a like and subscribe. Uh I don't even know how many subscribers, past 360 now. So that's awesome. If we can get up to like 400 or 500, that'll be beautiful. Uh, as far as the school group, I think we hit 120 members. I thought today was August 1st already. And so I started restricting the access to the courses, and then realized that no, that was just today is July 31st. So you still have one more day to join in there. The course I have, it's like the 7 stages of the 9x12 EDDM system, kind of what you need to go through in the stages of this business to be success. Starting at stage 1, lesson 0. I haven't posted in there, basically talking about what to do first, which is basically what I talked about in the last video. So you can go in there, check it out, join in now, because I already figured out how to kind of do the restriction. Basically, it'll be a like a private. I'll probably do like just this first course as a level unlock. So you have to get up to level 2 in order to get access to it. And for those of you not familiar with school, it works like on community engagement levels. To get to level 2, I think you only need to like have like 5 likes and comments on anything you've posted. So get in there, do your introduction, and like other people's, comment back to other people's, get some likes built up, and you get up to level 2. If you're finding this after August 1st and it's restricted. But otherwise, anybody that's already joined as of like today at midnight, I'll have you automatically granted access regardless if you're still level 1, just for joining the community early. But I do want to push everybody to get to higher levels. And so some of the further trainings I do, talking about the different tools and stuff like that, and bonus access to the tools will probably be based on similar levels or payments, depending on what it is. But anybody that's in there before August 31st, I mean, before the end of July 31st today, can get in there and I'll have special access. I already downloaded the list as of last night, thinking that it was already the cutoff, but I'll do that again tonight, like right around midnight, and take a snapshot of however many members it is. I'll have your list, and then I'll make sure that I get you properly tagged into the community in the access levels where you deserve, as I put new things out for being a original member, founding member, so to speak. So if you haven't yet, get in there now. EDDMschool.com, spelled out normal. And join me in there. Make your introduction post. Let me know who you are, where you're coming from, what level you are. I have a few posts in there so far, but I'll definitely be doubling down on that as I finish this 9x12 card and I can focus more on the community. Definitely want to be putting a lot of stuff in there for those that are just starting out. They want to do this as either side hustle, find a way to make it a full-time hustle, whatever you want to do. The potential is out there with this business model. So let's just get connected, stay connected, and keep this going. So thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get a reminder whenever I do something. As time goes on, I'll probably start doing maybe like live calls from the car on my way to work, so I can like kind of have Q&A going on. If we want to, I'll probably start doing some workshops for members of the school group to kind of, walk them step by step with the different tools. So new beginners probably be starting with route snip to pick out those routes. But before all that, like I said before, just go out, start talking to businesses, have a simple script of just, hey, this is what I'm doing. What are you doing now? Is this something that you think might work for you or somebody else you know? And kind of take it from there. So that's it today. I am in the garage, going to go into work, but I just wanted to make this quick video, let you know what's happening in the group on my own card, and see what's happening with y'all. So let me know in the comments below where you're at in your journey, or head over to the school group and let me know in there. All right, take care, y'all. See you next time. Bye.